What's going on everyone, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Jedi Survivor video, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to create Rey's lightsaber from the end of the Rise of Skywalker. A lot of people probably are going to complain about this, but it is a cool lightsaber and you can get a build in the game that closely resembles the actual lightsaber used in the movie. So to build Rey's lightsaber you want to select the Hermit emitter. Now there is an emitter in the game that I think matches Rey's emitter closer, and it is the Temperance emitter, and the reason I think it matches it closer is if you look at the tip or the emitter of Rey's lightsaber, it does have a sort of disc shape going up to the top, and then there are sort of spikes coming out of that, which obviously we can't get in the game. But the only thing I don't like about the Temperance emitter is the part below the actual emitter. Below Rey's emitter there are sort of diagonal strips of metal sticking out from the emitter, and you can get that by using the switch we are using in the game. But then the emitter just looks really long and doesn't sort of suit the lightsaber build in my opinion. But you can use the Temperance emitter if you want to. I just prefer to use the Hermit emitter to keep the length of the lightsaber and the emitter shorter and better resemble the lightsaber in that sense. So there are two choices there for you to use if you don't have the Hermit component set. For the switch I used the Edge Hook switch. Now the reason for this was because the Edge Hook switch, in my opinion, is the closest one to Reys, and it also has those diagonal metal strips sticking out of the switch which sit just below the emitter, which closely resembles Rey's actual lightsaber. And another thing I do like about this switch is it has blue and red lights that sort of glow on the lightsaber, and if you remember when Rey activates her lightsaber you get a flash of green and blue before the blade ignites. Obviously we've got blue and red, but I still think it's a cool little detail that kind of resembles how Rey's lightsaber actually looks. For the grip I went with the Diligence grip, and the reason for this is because the Diligence grip, in my opinion, is the grip that matches Rey's lightsaber the closest. You can also use the Justice grip if you want to, but what I don't like about the Justice grip is the fabric on it is far too neat in my opinion. And you can also use the Seer Junda grip, as this does have fabric on it again. The only thing I don't like about this grip is the fabric doesn't fully cover the grip like it does on Rey's lightsaber. There are bits of metal coming through the fabric on this grip, which is why I chose the Diligence grip, because it looks like the fabric on this grip covers the whole grip. It's not 100% dead tidy and neat, and it kind of matches the direction and pattern of the fabric on Rey's grip. But again, there are options there if you don't want to use the Diligence grip. For the pommel I use the Edge Hook pommel, and the reason for this again is that this pommel has those diagonal metal strips on it, which resembles Rey's pommel on her actual lightsaber. Also, the top and bottom of Rey's lightsaber are kind of symmetrical, so by choosing the Edge Hook pommel, I kind of replicate the switch and the top part of the lightsaber, and it's definitely the pommel I would recommend. For the materials I've used a primary of dark iron, a secondary of dark iron, and an accent of dark iron again. The reason I've used so much dark iron on this lightsaber build is because it is the material in the game that I think is the closest to Rey's actual lightsaber. For the grip I used hard plastoid tan, and the reason for this is because the colour, in my opinion, is the closest to Rey's actual lightsaber grip. Now the material on Rey's grip does actually change colour in certain parts. We can't do that, so I just tried to match the majority colour on Rey's actual lightsaber, which I think I've done fairly well, but it isn't perfect. For the condition I left it as pristine, and then I selected a yellow lightsaber blade, and this was the lightsaber I was left with. Now bear in mind we can't make a lightsaber in the game that is completely identical to Rey's, because Rey's components just aren't in Jedi Survivor. So we have to mix and match the components and the materials to try and get the lightsaber as accurate to Rey's actual lightsaber as possible, and you can see from the comparison that we have got fairly close. It isn't perfect, but I think it's a good recreation in the game of Rey's lightsaber. I've seen a lot of people do this build and use a variety of components, and this is the best I could do. And I have even given you alternative components for certain parts of the lightsaber if you don't agree with what I am using. Like I said, especially for the grip, there are better options which do actually use fabric. However, there were just drawbacks for me, so I did choose the Diligence one because, like I said, that sort of spiraling material covers the whole grip and kind of matches what Rey's grip actually is. But that is it for today's video, so please do let me know down in the comment section below what you think of my recreation of Rey's lightsaber in the game, and also let me know which characters you would like to see me try to recreate in the future. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to smash a like on it to show support for the game and the series on the channel, and if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to be kept up to date with all future Jedi Survivor releases. But other than that, we'll see you in the next video.